Hello, I'm Leona Dooley, and this is Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme in the kitchen, where we work hard, we love God and family, and we know without a doubt that everything else is just gravy. Tonight in the kitchen, we're going to put together a one-pan meal that actually we're going to get it prepared. We're going to put it into the oven, and so once we spend the first 10 minutes preparing it, it's going to take care of itself. And when it comes out of that oven, it is going to be absolutely delicious. So, if you're interested in what I'm going to do tonight, stay tuned. Tonight in the kitchen, we're working with some chicken thighs that I have marinated, and they have been marinating all night. So I'm going to take them out. I've put down on my counter a layer of plastic wrap and 4 paper towels. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to get them out. I'm going to put them right here on those paper towels because any juice that has accumulated, I want it to actually soak into the towel. So I'm going to put those there. Then I'm going to eliminate this bag. And there we go, all cleaned up. So that's done. I'm going to put this in the trash receptacle. That's done. Now I'm going to lift you up just a little bit so you have an even better view and get you all situated for what we're doing. Now, the reason for having the paper towel down, of course, is to use as a tool to be able to soak up any juices that are there. I don't want the skin of that chicken to be wet. I want it to be dry when I put it into my skillet. So I am pressing it. I'm going to leave this here about 5 minutes. Then I'll flip it over and give the other side a good rub down as well. Now, anything that you use, I'm going to put it right here in my disposal bowl. These are the things that need to be disposed of. And you can see I've got everything set up. All the vegetables are done. Now, the cool thing is that tonight we're going to be using some fresh vegetables. Fresh vegetables that are directly from the market, from the farmer's market. And I'm in the process of making my hot sink of water because we're going to need that to keep everything nice and clean while we're cooking. And once the cooking and the dish comes out of the oven, guess what? Everything is going to be perfectly clean other than those items that we're going to use to eat with. So, we're disposing of trash here. You can't really see that. That's my lettuce for a salad. But I'll put our disposal bowl there. I have my vegetables here and more vegetables here. Now, these vegetables are actually going to be for both the salad as well as the fresher portion of the dish. So, all right, sink is ready. Now, let's take a look at those chicken thighs, and I'm going to turn those over. They're looking pretty dry, which is what I want. I want them nice and dry. And I have a clean paper towel that I'm going to lay over them and give them a good mash because I want any juice that may be laying on the skin, I want that gone. Now, we've taken care of this part as far as the preparation goes. I'm going to take you over to the stove because we're going to need to get the skillet nice and hot, and then we're going to be ready to bring things over. Now, my plan is that most of this chicken is going to cook actually in the oven. And then we'll start adding additional vegetables to it along the way. We're going to let it go probably about 20 minutes on its own. And then we will start to add in the vegetables. So I'll be back in just a moment. The skillet ready. And I'm going to actually put it up pretty high. I'm going to add in about 2 tablespoons of oil. That's 1, 2. Okay. And I'm going to let that get really screaming hot. So you're going to see that I'm going to turn that up. And you'll be able to see the waves in the oil when it's ready. So let me give you just a moment, and I'll bring you back when it's ready. I hope that you can start to see the little lines where the oil is heating up, and it's gotten very, very hot. I know I can smell it, and I just love that smell because I want these chicken breasts, when they hit that skillet, to just sizzle. Now, first thing I'm going to do is to add in about a ½ teaspoon of red pepper flakes because I want to infuse the oil. And I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of just regular house seasoning. Now, there we go, and I'm going to sprinkle this in. There's our red pepper flakes, and I grind my own. I buy them at either at the Asian market or sometimes if there is a Mexican market, I'll grind those there. If you aren't careful, it will kind of will choke you up just a little bit. And then here's our house seasonings. I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of that. I'm using just a regular house teaspoon. Okay, nothing special. No special equipment other than a skillet. So I'm going to get my wooden spoon because you know I am the first one to tell you that every person needs to have a wooden spoon in their skillet. Now I've turned the fire down just a little bit. And so I'm going over and I am getting those thighs. And I'm going to turn them down on the skin when I place them in because I want the skin to get nice and brown. Now it's not going to brown up totally here on the stove, but it will start. Now, it may mean that I may need to add a little more oil, and if I do, I'll do that because I don't want it to burn. I just want it to get brown. So I'm kind of moving them around the skillet. Got one more to go in. This is enough for the 2 of us. And if you have 2 adults and a child, this is probably a sufficient amount. But of course, if you have more people, then you're going to have to cook more thighs. There we go. Now I'm using just regular vegetable oil because and I'm going to kind of keep the thighs in the center. I'm going to turn because they'll finish up the browning once they're in the oven. I put the oven on 425. I got another minute or so before it's ready. Let me turn that one back over. Not quite ready yet. And I'm going to add just a little more oil to my skillet. And about another tablespoon or so. I'll get that around in the skillet because I want them to simmer. There we go. And like I said, I marinated them. And I will give you all the herbs that I put in below because I marinated them in herbs. I used the house seasoning. I used some red pepper, black pepper, salt. Now these vegetables, the fresh vegetables, I'm going to be a little selective with. I do want the onions to go in. And I'm going to put them in around the meat. I'm going to let the carrots go in because those are hard and they require more time. Actually, I think I'll go ahead and add the celery just because that's our mirepoix and it adds lots of flavor to our dish. So and put in a big handful of celery around the chicken. Keeping that chicken toward the middle because that's the hottest part of your skillet. I've got those in there. They're in. Okay. I'll put a few more bits of celery in. And as it goes, I'll give it a little turn around. Okay. Now, so this is almost ready to go into the oven. The oven is ready. It's at 425. And I'll show you the other vegetables. Now, these are the fresh vegetables that I have. I've got green, I've got zucchini, I've got yellow squash, but I know it's not going to take long for them to cook. So I'll put them in probably about the last 20 minutes or so of the oven cooking. I'm not going to cover it. I'm literally going to take this skillet and I am going to put it into my oven. I have a pan that's in here and it's right in the center. The shelf is in the center. I'm going to put this in. I'm going to turn this eye off. And I'm going to sit that in the oven on 425. And we're not going to touch it for the next 30 to 40 minutes. I may peek at it after about 30 minutes, but that's it. Now, like I said, in about 30 minutes, I'll add the other vegetables because they don't take long. And I'm even going to put a few tomatoes in there just because I kind of like that. I have a little bit of pasta. I haven't decided if I'm going to throw some pasta in there as well. It's already cooked. And if I do, you'll see that. So let's continue with our efforts. Now, while I am waiting, because that's what you're going to do. You got wait time at this point. We have wait time. We've got 30 minutes before we even need to look inside of that oven. So what I'm going to do is that I'll see if I can turn you down. I'm going to fold up the plastic wrap with the paper towels in it so I don't really have to come in contact with it. Okay, I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it straight into the trash. I'm going to clean up all the items that I've put into the sink. Like my wooden spoon needs a good swizzle. It needs to get nice and clean because I do use that a lot. I have my knife that I was using to cut the vegetables. I'm going to get it nice and clean because I may need it again. In fact, I know I'll need it again when I get ready to put the salad together. So during this time, this is my opportunity to get my kitchen clean so that once the chicken and the vegetables come out and they're nice and hot, we are going to be ready to sit down to a great dinner, and we are not going to have a ton of dishes. Your family's going to love you. They are going to volunteer to clean up. I promise you. They're going to say, "Oh, Mom, we'll clean up the kitchen." And that's because There's not hardly anything to clean up. They're going to love to do that. So I am wiping all the surfaces down. And over here where I had the chicken, even though I know and you know that I had plastic wrapped down, but I like to clean that area. I'll turn you around. I like to clean the area anyway and get it nice and clean while my food is cooking. So, you know, you don't have to watch that. That bowl that I was using for the dirty paper towels or anything that I'm going to throw away, I'm going to toss that right now into the dishwasher. So I don't have that to deal with, and finish up the cleaning process for the counter. Now also, while I'm waiting during that 30 minutes, that's not really a 30 minutes to just sit and go la la la. This 30 minutes is the time that you're going to put in a little bit of work. This is your time that you can set up your coffee maker for the next day, or you can set up like I'm going to do. I'm going to set up the salads for tonight. I've got the bowls. Now put you down. Bowls for the salad. And I'm going to put the lettuce in. And brighten those things up for you so you have a better view. All right, so I have lettuce that I had already rinsed. And at this point, I'm just going to take off those leaves. Because, you know, when lettuce has a tendency to go bad pretty quick. You know, it doesn't take it long. So you have to look at it. You have to take a minute and just kind of clean things up, because from one night to the next, it changes. So I am cleaning my lettuce up, taking a look at it, seeing what's okay and what isn't. I'm not a big rib type person as far as lettuce, the rib of the lettuce. I kind of like to take those out. And that's usually that part that gets a little brown. So I'm taking those things off, and I'm going to tear I'm dividing this between the two bowls. And since we have probably 50% salad, when we think about our meals, if we think of it as a percentage, 50% of our meals, if not more, is salad. So I need quite a bit of lettuce. We probably go through about, I'd say, a half a head of lettuce a day. And that's okay with me, because it's really good for you. And if you can get your family into that habit, you will find that there will just be some concerns that sometimes the doctors ask you about, especially with kids, that they may have, and they ask, well, have they done so-and-so today? And you can say happily, yes, they have, because you know that you have given them the vegetables that they need to keep their bodies nice and clean on the inside. So, as well as yourself, you know. So, let's do our bodies good. I am. And that's our lettuce. Okay, well divided between the two. Okay, now I'm going to get the other vegetables that are going to need to go in. Now, if you are a composter, this is great compost stuff. But I'm not composting today. So I am just going to bring our vegetables that I had already prepared. I've got onions and some carrots. Got lots of onions. We like onions. And I've got some more carrots. I like more carrots than he does. Of course, we both like carrots, really. And I'm going to divide up the celery. And so those salads are just about ready. I'm going to take lots of tomato. And I already know I'm going to have to cut some more tomato, especially if I'm going to use it in our dish. We're going to need more. Or I may leave the tomatoes out. Who knows? Let's see. There we go. That's for me. All right. All right, our salads, the salads are ready. So there they are. I have just a little bit of onions, and I'm going to take these, throw them into the pan with the chicken. Waste not, want not. And then I am going to set the table, and I'll see you in 30 minutes. Well, guys, I think I lost you. I took the chicken out and put the vegetables in. I thought you had actually been a part of that, but maybe not. So we'll see. Ready to see what's about to come out of this oven? I think it is going to be delicious. Let's see. Woo! Nice and hot, nice and bubbly. Woo! Oh, that looks delicious. Now I'm going to keep this glove handy because the last thing I want to do is to touch this screaming hot pan. Now I'm pushing those vegetables down in the juices so they can just get nice and happy down there. I added a little bit of butter so that the juices would be nice and rich. We could certainly, if you wanted a thick gravy type consistency, we could add in some cornstarch at this point to thicken that up, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to need that. It looks pretty good right where it is. So all of our vegetables are ready. Carrots still have their integrity. And our zucchini and our yellow squash, they're well prepared. And we're ready to eat. So, let's see what we've done. Let me get a fork. Okay, I want you to, I'm going to stick my fork down. I got a piece of the zucchini. Oh, it is so hot, which is what we wanted. Oh, that's perfect. It doesn't need another thing. Now, I have to suggest to you at this point, because everything has been well seasoned, some people may want more salt, but I'm not a heavy salt eater, so I'm not going to add any additional salt to this. You can see that our skin is nice and crunchy. I hope you can hear that. That's what we want. We want that nice crispy skin. And I could just eat vegetables. Yummy. So, while this is hot, I'm going to dish it up into the bowls, or onto our plates anyway, for the big guy and myself. And we're getting ready to have dinner tonight. So, blessings to you and yours this evening. I hope that, number one, you're going to hit that subscribe button down below. Number two, you're going to give this video a thumbs up. And number three, tell your friends about my channel. And Fix this dish because your family is going to love you. So, I'll see you tomorrow in the kitchen. Ready to see what's about to come out of this oven? I think it is going to be delicious. Let's see. Woo! Nice and hot, nice and bubbly. Woo! Oh, that looks delicious. Now I'm going to keep this glove handy because the last thing I want to do is to touch this screaming hot pan. Now I'm pushing those vegetables down in the juices so they can just get nice and happy down there. I added a little bit of butter so that the juices would be nice and rich. We could certainly, if you wanted a thick gravy type consistency, we could add in some cornstarch at this point to thicken that up, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to need that. It looks pretty good right where it is. So all of our vegetables are ready. Carrots still have their integrity. And our zucchini and our yellow squash, they're well prepared. And we're ready to eat. So, let's see what we've done. Let me get a fork. Okay, I want you to, I'm going to stick my fork down. I got a piece of the zucchini. Oh, it is so hot, which is what we wanted. Oh, that's perfect. It doesn't need another thing. Now, I have to suggest to you at this point, because everything has been well seasoned, some people may want more salt, but I'm not a heavy salt eater, so I'm not going to add any additional salt to this. You can see that our skin is nice and crunchy. I hope you can hear that. That's what we want. We want that nice crispy skin. And I could just eat vegetables. Yummy. So, while this is hot, I'm going to dish it up into the bowls, or onto our plates anyway, for the big guy and myself. And we're getting ready to have dinner tonight. So, blessings to you and yours this evening. I hope that number one, you're going to hit that subscribe button down below. Number two, you're going to give this video a thumbs up. And number three, tell your friends about my channel. And fix this dish because your family is going to love you. So, I'll see you tomorrow in the kitchen.